Hey guys, Paparazzi here talking ball cards. I haven't done a video in a few days, and so I wanted to do a quick video just on some recent pickups. You'll probably you'll probably see from the video that the theme here is definitely vintage, like usual. There might be some newer stuff in there, but I've purchased some stuff that I haven't before, and so I thought I'd be interested to share just a quick update. Still waiting on the PSA Collectors Club special. I submitted pre-1960 cards through PSA Collectors Club, $8 a card to get graded. And then I'm still waiting on the SGC submission that I did with about 17 or 18 cards. So I'll make sure to post those when those come back. I'm really excited for both. But, without any further ado, let's get into the recent pickups. Again, there's some stuff that I haven't picked up before. Here's a Hank Bauer. Sorry about that. It's a 1950 Bowman. Pretty nice card. I mentioned that you're going to notice some trends here, and one of the trends is that I picked up a lot of the older Bowman. And I don't know what got me into it. I just really like the way that they look. Here's a Bob Lemon, 1951, I believe. Let's check here. 1951, a Bob Lemon card, Bowman. Nice card. Edge was cut a little rough here on this side. Overall, I think the card's pretty nice. I believe Bob Lemon is a Hall of Famer. Someone let me know. I might just be off about that, but terrific pitcher. Here's an interesting card. Another 51 Bowman. Carl, I believe I'm going to pronounce this correctly. Ferrio? Ferrio. Famous Dodger. I believe he was borderline Hall of Fame. There is some wax, but one thing that's interesting about this card, the corners are quite sharp. But as you can see, if you look, the spacing up here and down on this corner is off. And that's because the card was miscut at the factory. At least I'm assuming it's at the factory. And so the card isn't exactly cut rectangle. It's kind of like a trapezoid. The way that the paper was drawn through the cutter caused this issue. Or the way that the cutter moved over the paper, or the paper shifted underneath the cutter, something like that. So PSA might not even slab it. SGC might, or maybe none of the companies will, but still a cool card, even with the wax stain. Pretty sharp card. Here's another 51, Preacher Row. This card's pretty nice, really nicely centered, pretty sharp. This card does not have any of those stains on the back. So I think this is a good candidate for a good slab can, as they say, or a just slab can, meaning a good card that can be submitted to be put into a slab. Changing gears a little bit here, a Fergie Jenkins rookie card. This is a, what year is this? It's 66. I do not have this card. I got it for pretty cheap on eBay. I think it was like 15 bucks. There is some wax on the front of the card here, but I don't think it takes away from the eye appeal too much. Pretty nice card. Does have some soft corners, but anyways, I did not have this, so I added it to my collection. Picked that up for about 15 bucks. These next few, okay, let me do some organizing here. This, let's see. I want to show these ones. Okay, these next ones are something that I've never done before, or I've never picked up before. So I'll show the nicer one first. This is 1966, not just tops, Venezuela tops. I've always seen them on eBay go for astronomical prices, and you know, a lot of that has to do with just the scarcity of these cards. They're made with poor paper stock, and so you get a lot more creases and whatnot. I picked this up. It was pretty cheap. I think, well, pretty cheap as far as Venezuela tops cards go. I think I got it for $19.99. It's a 2.5, but it presents much better. I did look at it closely with some oblique lighting, and there is kind of an impression in the middle of the card. It's not a crease, it's an impression from something that was firmly pushed into the card or through the card. But nice card. My first Venezuela Topps, and as you'll see, that's not the only one I bought. This was another lot that I picked up. Veda Pinson, pretty well-known player. These are 68 Venezuela Topps. You can see that this was definitely glued into something. You could see if you look closely. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Can you see that? Hecho in Venezuela. Pretty cool. So again, keeping with the Venezuela Topps. Don't know if there's anything I could do about that as far as the paper that's there. The good thing is it's not paper loss. This is paper from some album that it was glued into or glued onto a sheet of paper that stuck to the card. So I'd rather have that case than paper loss, where paper is missing from this card. There's just paper stuck to this card. Kind of a weird difference, but important. I picked this one up. I think this one was like $2 or $3. I think I bought these in individual auction. This one pretty nice. Just 1968 Dodgers rookie stars. Definitely not household names as far as I know. Jose Cardinal. This is a decent name. I think you'd call him a semi-star. Someone correct me if I'm wrong about that. I believe he'd be a semi-star. Yeah, decent card. I think I got it for like $5 or $6. Let's see. The rest of these came in a lot as well. These are all Venezuela Topps as well. This is pretty nice. Jim Bunning. 63 American League strikeout leaders. This is actually a 64 Topps card. You could see there's definitely some glue. It was glued to paper. So, that's kind of just what you get with these Venezuela cards. Anything in a high grade is really, really valuable. So if you ever see something that's Venezuela Topps and you could tell from, in this case, you could tell from the black back. On the 68, you could tell from the white, obviously the white font that said that they were created or made in Venezuela. I'd pick them up if they're in good shape. So definitely a recommendation. Here's like one of their special series that they do for I believe this is World Series. Yeah, World Series, right there. I should see that. Clean back on this one. Again, Venezuela Topps. This one's kind of cool. Willie McCovey. Definitely some condition issues. It was taped. I would assume it was taped into something. Willie McCovey, Leon Wagner. And there's like 3, looks like ballpoint pen marks. Back is rough. So nothing super nice here. This is probably the most valuable one. 64 Venezuela Topps Lou Brock. Nice card. I have this standard, I guess you could say regular Topps, I think in a 6, so EX Mint. Again, taped, and then has these 3 ballpoint pen marks. Back is pretty clean. I would assume, if I had to guess, these cards came from a guy's collection, and the way he kept his cards straight, which ones belonged to him, used 3 marks. Just a guess. Here's a Hall of Famer, 64 Topps, Robin Roberts. That's an issue, huh? Yeah, so, I mean, we have another card that was obviously taped into an album or something like that. Here's a pretty nice one, Jim Bunning, and the back is pretty clean. This is probably the nicest condition-wise out of all these Venezuela Topps cards I got. Let me know what you guys think about these Venezuela Topps pickups. Here's another one, Lou Piniella. You can see there's definitely some residue here. So again, condition issues. Another condition issue. Yeah, I'm not sure if this can be removed. I don't think so. And it's not super in the spirit of collecting to modify cards, and I try, I tend to agree with that. And I think these, as Venezuela tops, they're kind of just cool as they are. I think the wear kind of gives them, I don't know what you'd call it. Well, it makes them unique, that's for sure. I just put this one in a cart saver because it was nicer condition. Don Wirt, I've never even heard of him, but this is decent shape. What else we got? I have some more older Bowman. Gil Hodges. This is 52 Bowman. Decent back, some wax staining. Really nice, vibrant colors. Not the best centering. Let's see. Vernon Law. This is 51 Bowman, some wax. I believe it is his rookie card. Not even sure if you could call him a semi-star. Let's see. Back into the Hall of Fame. Nellie Fox. 57 tops. Pretty nice card, sharp. I think I bought this for like 13 bucks. One really interesting thing about this card, I looked at it closely. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Bear with me. Right there. You see that piece of foil? That shiny piece? That's not white paint or anything. That's a piece of foil. And that came with this card from the factory. How do I know? You can see that the red line that divides the year from the name of the club is printed on top of the foil. Never seen anything like that. It catches your eye when you look at this card because it's reflective. I don't know if that'll have any impact on grading if I do get it slabbed. Not sure. Moving on. 54 tops, Richie Ashburn. I do not have this card. It looked really nice. I do have several Richie Ashburn. I think the card just has some great appeal. There is a small wrinkle up here, so probably looking at like a PSA 4, perhaps a 3. Nice card though. Sorry about the glare. As usual, I'm fighting with the glare. 54 tops, Hoyt Wilhelm. This card also has a wrinkle, and I do believe it has a wrinkle on the bottom as well, so it'd probably come back like a 3. But a pretty nice card. Presents well for that. I think this is his second or third year card. Let's see. Johnny Podres. Pretty sure I get that wrong almost every time I try and pronounce it. 55 tops. Not the best centering, but I got it. It was on sale on eBay. I think I got it for like $9. Buy it now. Clean back. Okay, this one's kind of a letdown. Pretty iconic card here. Sorry, it's in the stupid kind of jewel case. 1960 tops, Hank Aaron. Take a close look at it. Looks pretty nice at first glance, but you see this border here? Sorry. See this border here on the right and this border here on the left? They're both too small. See the border on the top and the border on the bottom? They're a little off. The card was definitely trimmed. Or shaved, or sanded, whatever you want to call it. Some of the edges just aren't factory on this. I already talked to the eBay seller. I'm going to return it to him. He does not believe me, of course. He's accepting the return. I'm happy about that and appreciate that level of customer service. So I can't really complain. But, you know, I told him, I said, hey, 99% sure this has been shaved, trimmed, whatever you want to call it. And he was defensive. He said, no, it's been in my collection for, 25 years, gave me the standard numbers and whatnot. It's a really nice card. No real surface issues. There is a ding up in this corner. You could see up there. But I told him, I said, hey, it's been in your collection for 25 years, but you don't know what happened for the other 35 years. He didn't really like that, but he's still taking the return. So I picked this up for 50 bucks. I was going to slab it, but there's no way PSA will grade it. Absolutely not. They'll kick it back, probably marked. I think when it's trimmed, they send it back N7, evidence of trim. Pretty sure it's trimmed. Picked it up for 50 bucks. It would have been a great deal if it would have been 100% unaltered. This next card, back to 64 tops, but this is not Venezuela. This is just standard tops. It's an EX5, and it's super, super sharp. I just thought it presented really well for a 5. This edge is factory cut. It's a little rough, but that's, that happens a lot in vintage cards. I have a number of Harman Killebrews, and I just thought this was fantastic for a 5, and I picked it up. Next one, Robin Roberts. We saw his 64 Topps Venezuela card. Here's a 1952 Topps, one of the most iconic sets, VG3. You could see it definitely does have some condition issue, dinged corners and whatnot, and some like wrinkling on top. But again, I picked it up. I think it was like 20 bucks or 25 bucks. It's recently graded, and I think it presents well for a 3. Yeah. Well, let me know what you guys think about the recent pickups. I'm also interested in any ideas you guys have for other videos. Thank you for all the new subscribers. If you can subscribe, I'd appreciate that. I'll try and keep pumping out videos about once a week, and I'll make sure to post a video once I get some of my submissions back, and probably thinking about doing a Beckett submission here pretty soon with some more recent football cards. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thanks for your time. Talking ball cards, Papa Rossi out.